What's up, adventurers? And we are back after a major announcement from Nintendo with Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, a prequel game for Breath of the Wild. Damon, how you doing?
Dude, I am so freaking pumped.
I'm sure you and I were freaking out when this first got revealed. What are your initial thoughts on it?
That was the most random shadow drop of the year. Like, nothing was leaked, nothing was said, no speculation, nada. Just boom, here you go.
Yeah, and I love now that I appreciate at least Nintendo doing these shadow drops and say, oh, here's a new game and it's coming out in 2 months. So don't have to worry or freak out about it for a whole year and a half and can't wait for it. It's coming around the corner.
Yeah, like, isn't that, like, insane that they just were just like, okay, I'm like, all right, okay, cool. So they were talking about Breath of the Wild 2, so this is going to come out, maybe early 2021. And they're like, November 26th. I'm like, what?
Yeah. And with doing the same thing with the Mario 3D All-Stars just in literally a week and a half or so. And now we got this at the, November 20th, I think? Mm-hmm. It's literally this end of the year for the Switch is getting packed, and I'm not sure if I have enough time to play all the games.
Yeah, like I was looking at someone's comparison to like 2018, and I'm pretty sure we have more first party games this year that were just dropped, and like within like a month, and I think we have like more stuff. And this holiday, I mean, if they're doing all this stuff, like, it's crazy how packed they are.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so based on the trailer, we get to witness the actual events that led to Calamity Ganon taking over Hyrule. So in the trailer, we see a bunch of flashbacks to what looks like the start of the conflict with just monster raids of only Link defending Hyrule Castle. And then later on, we see the full Calamity taking over with the Guardians being infected and storming on the troops. And then later on, a full-out onslaught with the champions and then the rest of the monster horde. So with that, I think this was a great idea to have this type of scenario based on the Dynasty Warriors gameplay.
Yeah, like, when they were talking about it and just, like, it didn't really hit me that this was kind of how they would go, the direction that they would go in. It was just kind of like, okay, like, that sounds interesting, like, pre-war. And then as they started explaining it more, and as I started thinking about it more, in all of the flashbacks, there's like, huge, crazy fights. There's like, Link fighting, protect Zelda, and you've got, all the Guardians and everyone surrounding him. And I was just like, this makes so much sense. Like, that would be such a cool way to do it. Like, have just thousands and thousands of monsters, and you get to play as, all the different characters through their different scenarios. And it's like, are you excited that we saw Link in his pre-champion uniform? Like, he's in his night guard, so this is going to be like him training up to him meeting Zelda and then going through that whole thing.
Oh, I didn't even think about, like, the point of Link training up to before then. I just thought it'd be like, hey, we're having you just guard Princess, and then it's like, all of a sudden here's the mom. Yeah, I didn't even think about how that time of events would come up with Link actually being designated Zelda's guard. But that'd be pretty cool, having a little prelude into that and see what happens, for sure.
Yeah, because they usually with the like Hyrule Warriors and the Fire Emblem Warriors, they do have kind of like a smaller fight. Like, they usually kind of drop you into the world and to give you like kind of a taste of it. So I'm thinking that first part is going to be, him going through his he's being a regular common knight, and then, as he's going through and growing and getting better, and then it shows the part where the king is looking down on Zelda and Link with him bowing. So I'm thinking that's where he gets assigned to Zelda.
Oh, and that same cutscene, it looks like we're going to have a younger Impa, so we get to meet Impa in her younger form, which would be pretty awesome. I hope that she's playable like she was in the first Hyrule Warriors, because she's one of the most unique characters that's in the franchise.
For real. That's crazy.
So
I'm just like, yeah, I'm so excited.
So I think the biggest takeaway is that this is going to be, I believe, the first Zelda game that's not done by Nintendo specifically that's going to be canon.
Yeah.
Because the first Hyrule Warriors wasn't canon. That was just a offshoot like, how would it be if all the different villains from all the different timelines met up in battle? Like, no, this is straight up canon, straight into Breath of the Wild. And this could open the doors for so many other franchises or side games to become canon within the Zelda lore.
Yeah, like, that's crazy. Like, to think that, this is going to be something that's really never been done before and never been explored.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they've brought in other companies to, help them with games, but they've never, just been like, hey, here's this. We're going to give you a little bit of supervision, but, this is your game. This is a Koei Tecmo game. That's, like, cool. I hope they do that with, other franchises. And especially, like franchises that haven't received a lot of love recently.
Are you referring to a specific franchise?
Well, I mean, we've got F-Zero. I'm sure we could name several. F-Zero, maybe a Star Fox game.
True.
So I'm sure you would love another Star Fox game in this manner.
Oh, I would. So going back to what the gameplay. So I know in Fire Emblem Warriors, you could swap between the characters in the middle of the battle, correct?
Yes.
So do you think we're going to experience that where, say, we have one conflict where you have all 5 champions in Zelda in the battle? Do you think we'll be able to swap between them? Or do you think it's just going to be where it was with the original Hyrule Warriors, you go in as Link and you can only be Link for that time?
So I think it will be switchable. So someone actually pointed it out where it looks like they do switch between, like, on the mini map. It shows the same kind of mini map as in the regular Hyrule Warriors, where there's little dots where your allies are. So I think it will be switchable, where if you're going to meet Mipha and you can switch over to her and you troll her and meet her, have her do the north portion of the map, and then you do the bottom portion, and then Zelda do one portion. Like, I think that's kind of got to be the thing.
Gotcha. So you think this is going to satisfy the people that want to play Zelda in Breath of the Wild 2? This is going to have them have their moment of playing as Zelda, and then it's just going to be Link in Breath of the Wild 2?
No. No, if anything, this will make them thirstier.
True. That's very true.
So, but I seriously think that this is, like, one of the most random and awesome things at the same time. Like, just insane that they would do this.
Yeah, I never realized I wanted a Dynasty Warriors type game so badly in my life.
Yeah, like a Musou game? Like, that's crazy.
Like, I loved the first Hyrule Warriors. I thought it was great, but just the idea that this is surrounding the prior 100-year conflict just gets me so excited to experience what that timeline events was like and see it firsthand that I cannot wait to finally get to play this game to see what happens.
Yeah, same here. And it's just, everything is just going to be amazing. And the graphics look exactly like Breath of the Wild. Everything
it looks so good. I could not believe it. One, it just seems seamless between Breath of the Wild and this. They look like the cutscenes were interchangeable between the games, and I think it's just perfect for the gameplay that it is. It really works out well.
Yeah, it definitely does. I think they definitely did a good job in their thought process for making this game. Like this, I don't think, now that I'm hearing it and watching everything, I don't think there was another way to tell this.
Yeah.
Like, I think everything else would have been, kind of, oh, hey, we're just going to, it's going to be Breath of the Wild, but it's going to be the same Hyrule, and it's going to be, you're going to be doing, the champions and stuff, but you still play as Link. I don't think you'd play as the champions.
Yeah.
So if Nintendo handled it and it was just a Breath of the Wild, like, prequel, I think this was the way to go, to where it's like, huge war, like a Muso game.
Yeah.
And I think that's the best part, is that this is the perfect game for that era and that storytelling of it.
Yeah, and this just opens up the doors for other companies to try to create a game to talk about a certain timeline or segment in the Zelda events that would best suit that timeline as well. So we'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
So other than that, you got any final thoughts?
2 months cannot come quick enough. Please, I want it now. I want to play it.
Yeah, for real. And if Nintendo announces any more games, my wallet's going to be hurting a lot this holiday season. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. All right. Well, hey, with that, that is our thoughts on Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity. If you like this video, leave a like, subscribe. Sorry we haven't been around for a while. Promise we're coming back. But until next time, bye.